Xavien Howard. So it says news, former Dolphins All-Pro cornerback Xavien Howard. Sorry, Mike, I'm covering you up in the message. All-Pro cornerback Xavien Howard will be open to taking less money in order to join a contender via the Houston Chronicle.
Klotzy.
Talk to me, Klotzy.
I just feel like it's so like slapped. You'd be like, yeah, bring Xavien Howard home. But if we're being realistic, he's an upgrade. But then we go to the conversation, would I rather have Xavien Howard or Stephon Gilmore? If you're talking about what the Lions like to do, who's a better man-to-man corner is Stephon Gilmore. So if they bring in Xavien Howard, I'd be all for it. But I just don't think it's a reality. I think if they were to, they would have probably already addressed that, especially when you're trading assets to go get a guy like Carlton Davis. Obviously, different points in their career, but both outside corners. I'd rather have Stephon Gilmore, but I'm not going to be mad with Xavien Howard because he at cornerback 2 compared to what the Lions had last year at cornerback 2 and Kindle Vildor, that's a hell of an upgrade. So I'm all for it. I just don't think it's happening.
I wonder what the price would be.
Same. I think there's conversations. I don't think Brad's going. If he sees that and Brad hears this, zero chance Brad doesn't make a phone call and say, "Hey, what's the price? What do you want to do? We're a contender now. We're a team that people want to come win. We just had what happened with Cam Sutton. We obviously have an opening here."
I like Xavien Howard. I know he's a little bit of a dip last year, so I get that you're only as good as what you've done for me lately. That's how the NFL works. So last year wasn't great, but we know what prime Xavien Howard looked like. If he can come here and play at least, 60, 70% of that, he's one of your best corners. So, but again, I think they should sign a veteran and draft a corner. But the veteran, I'm having a hard time figuring out who that is, though, guys. Like, I don't know if is it Xavien, is it Stephon?
It's
hey, Spenmo, is it Will Harris?
Spenny,
no. Do we need to block him for a couple?
I consider Spenny a ball.
Oh, he's a wrench. We can't.
Hey, he's a wrench.
Trusting behavior out of Raxter.
Well, Will
Bro's
Harris
definitely inside the gin bottle right now. Absolutely.
Not with joy. Not joy.
Hey, but Xavien Howard, where he really would, if he were to be signed here, he would in the red zone as far as man-to-man defense, just because he is like 6'3", 6'2". We talk about TJ Tampa. That's my NFL comp for TJ Tampa. So if you can bring in a veteran TJ Tampa with everything you want, Justin Jefferson, Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, a lot of these guys would have a tougher time in the red zone compared to even like Amik Robertson, because we love Amik, but the man's 5'9". He's not the most experienced DB. I mean, Xavien Howard has the frame of a cornerback 1. He's not that cornerback 1 that he was, but he still has a lot of that experience, and he has some intangibles left. But people that are like Amik Robertson at CB2, like, it's an upgrade from Vildor, but that's one of those things where you're on a slippery slope because he's going to have to take a lot of chances being 5'9", guarding Keenan Allen, Romeo Doubs, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison. Like, he's always going to be a little bit behind the 8 ball, in my opinion.
I'm with Lucas on that. The Amik Robinson CB2 thing, I'm not for that. Maybe he does at some point. He's still pretty young. Maybe at some point he gets to a point where he can do that. But again, I'm with Jeff. I think this whole show's on the same page. Go get a veteran corner and draft someone so you can learn. Like, you have to do that. I think Xavien Howard is on the board here, and I think there's a chance Brad Holmes goes and gets him, or Stephon Gilmore. I bet you in the last 24 hours, if I had to go look at Brad Holmes' call log, there's a call to Miami, and there's wherever Xavien lives now, wherever there's a call to him, and there's a call to Stephon Gilmore and his agent. So I think there's going to be someone that's coming here out of free agency to Detroit. I'm not going to sit here and say Amik Robertson as our CB2 like that. I'm not settling for that. I hope he can get to that point at some time, but I'm not. No, going into the year. Shout out Spenmo Rack Speaks too. Thank you.
No, Amik's a really good cornerback 3. I don't put him on that cornerback 2 level yet. That. And I think we're all on the same page. You kind of get a veteran and then address another corner in the draft. So
I mean, okay, can we just cut it? Let's just get right to it. I mean, Amik, Amik, I love it, dude. He's got that dog in him. He's a dog. You just can't teach height, man.
Yeah.
He's just small. And that's, again, he plays bigger. He's talked about it in his press conference when he got to the Lions. I've always had to compensate for that, and I think that's something Dan kind of loves because he's got that dog in him. Yeah, but you can't help that he's 5'9". Like this man is not your number 2 corner Like, I don't know if you knew that. You need like a veteran and I don't know, preferably a corner you draft. So I love Amik, but he's more of a guy you kind of, work in there. To me, I just CB2 with Amik is just not ideal. I think we can all agree there. It's just not.
Yeah, no. like if Carlton Davis or something misses a game and he's got to step up to that CB2 or CB, like what I'm going to live through it for a game, but it's not something you want to see on a season basis because at the end of the day, he is 5'9", but he was Vegas's number one corner and he was on the outside traveling with the number ones a lot, not all the time, but in some games. So I think he's somebody that can handle it situationally, but over the course of a season, that's barbecue chicken. Barbecue chicken.
Spot on. I had some barbecue chicken today.
Yeah, what's going on? What's going?
I'm telling you, bro. Spenny's definitely dabbling in the gin right now. Absolutely.
Yeah. Just more sacks for the Lions. Bets or Davenport.
Yeah,
now, hold on.
Drinking the Hendricks right now.
Derek Barnes against Dallas in the end zone for a safety. We'll have more sacks than Marcus Davenport and Matthew Betts combined.
Wow. Jesus. Well,
Lucas is a bit of a hater.